Togazani, Gogo Noma here. Welcome to Learning with Noma, your online comprehensive classroom where we're changing our lives one lesson at a time. The tiredness in me is saying I'm asleep, but the educator in me saying I made a commitment to come on live to talk about common dreams. And yes, the class cannot be left unattended to. A lesson was planned and a lesson must be delivered. Togazani, very, very late, 1.5 hours late. Yeah, it was one of those days in Dumbeni, but okay, I'm here. Common dreams explained. So today I am just gonna try to give a brief explanation of common dreams. What do they mean? And tomorrow maybe we can dig deeper as we talk about the science of being a spiritually called child, or the science that you might have a spiritual calling. But today it's just common dreams, and I'm just going to do a few. I don't think it will be a long stream. It's just to fulfill the promise that was made to say today, Thursday, we are talking common dreams. I am Gogo Noma. This is Learning with Noma, and we are just trying to change our lives one lesson at a time. If you're following me only on Facebook, like I always say, please do check out Instagram at Learning with Noma, YouTube Learning with Noma, and of course here on Facebook, Learning with Noma for communication purposes. I'm still only using email, Noma, it's learningwithnoma@gmail.com. Taroza BP, Taroza. Gogo is late today, but yeah. Closing time is always on time. It's always on point. You're never late with spiritual teachings. So today, like I said, I'm doing common dreams. Where do we start? Let's start with flying. Dreams of flying. Remember when we talk about dreams and messages from our ancestors and God, communication that we get, where we now understand that communication is a two-way street. You talk, I listen, I talk, you listen. We understand each other, we answer each other. So yeah, that is dreams, messages from God and from our ancestors. It's a platform that they use to give us warning about the present tense. Maybe if there's something that's not right in your life, they sort of like try to redirect you. Messages taking us to our past in order for us to understand what was happening in the past that made us become the people that we are, and how we can go back and retrace our steps, and maybe and understand where we went wrong. And then messages about the future, it can be a preparation for something that will take place in the future. An example being a death, or maybe a success, getting a new job, preparation for a ritual that you might need, where they actually show you how the ritual is going to be done, or what will be involved in the ritual that they need you to do. So dreams are just messages, and we need to take a careful understanding and careful consideration of who we tell our dreams to, how our dreams are interpreted. And when your dream is being interpreted by whoever you've gone to, whether it's a prophet, whether it's a spiritual guide at church, or Gogo Noma, Esangoma, and Dumbeni, everything about your dream should sit well with you first. It must make sense to you first before anybody else. So that is dreams. So today let's do common dreams. I'll start with dreams of flying. So if one dreams of flying, that is dreams where most of the time are associated with istunya, ukuba umprofita. You are sort of like taking an angelic spirit. Most of the time they're represented by wings, and always these people that are floating over us, guiding us. That is where the concept also comes from, because of these dreams where people are just flying and they see themselves as pure white, above everything else, or seeing everybody else as very small, and you are above everybody and you see everything that's happening. Togos and Dimi, Togos, and you see everything happening. Sometimes you're even in the dream flying, looking at yourself, doing certain things. So flying can also, when we talk about istunya, then that will be a spiritual calling where you will need to have a spiritual guide, someone who will help you with you understanding how your gift is going to work. But mostly those dreams they come with the meaning of istunya. And again, it can be, if it's just like we're talking today, common dreams. You're dreaming of flying, you're seeing yourself in the dream, you are above, but you can still see yourself doing whatever. Your subconscious mind might be saying to you, watch your actions, monitor the decisions that you're going to make. So they are taking you out of your own self to look at yourself as a third person. Be a viewer in your own life. Sometimes we are moving on in life too fast. You've got a meeting, then you've got your children's soccer game, then you have to come home and cook, then. So all those things, when they come, is just a lot of up and down, a lot of busyness. We never take time to actually look at our lives and see, what am I doing in my life? That is ancestors saying you need to slow down, you need to monitor your steps carefully, and you need to see where you are stepping. What decisions are you making? Are they right decisions? Are you making choices based on your own knowledge? Or are you just also coming and inviting us in your space and listening to what we have to say? Thank you very much. Abantu abadala sishaya isandla phezu kwesinye sibonga abogogo nabomkhulu, those who walk before me, those who walk with me, the entourage. The gift is not my own, or the teachings, the lessons are not my own knowledge, but wisdom from abantu abadala. Thank you very much. Yeah, so that could be it when you're flying, to say, take a step back, monitor your life, see what's happening around you. Then we have dreams of people being chased. I'm always chased in my dreams. If you are being chased in your dreams, most people will tell you I was chased by a dog or a snake. It can be you are running away from your own purpose, from your own gift, or from your own calling. Your guides are trying to speak with you. Abantu abadala, they are there, they are present, they are trying to communicate with you, but you keep running. And you see that this dream is real. When you wake up, your dream, you still remember it, and it happens, or somebody, you tell the dream and they explain it in this way, it happens like that. But when I'm still in denial that dreams are messages, you're still in denial that you're having visions, you're still in denial that you don't just have conversations for no reason, you're still in denial that you did not come to this live stream because Spirit has directed you. And then you'll dream of being chased, to say, we are coming after you, we are trying to communicate with you, we are trying to give you signs and, some hint to say, child, wake up, we are here, we are with you, we are your guys, we need you to listen to us and communicate with us, we need you to listen to us and take direction from us. So being chased, you need to calm down in your life, or you need to realize the connection that your guides and your ancestors are trying to make with you. Again, it's very important to take into consideration what was happening around the dream, how did you feel, and where you are currently in life. Then the other common dream that I always get, I was being, burning. The dream of being burned by fire or hot water or boiling water. The one thing I always say when it comes to dreams about fire and being burned, as a child, your parent will tell you, don't touch the heater, it's hot, you're going to burn. Don't touch the fire, you're going to burn. That is exactly the message. Be careful what you're doing around you. Be careful activities, choices, the people that you are always around. You will burn. Look at your situation where you are. You are going to burn. Maybe you need to make a decision. It's a life-changing decision, or it's just a simple decision that you need to make. And you are being faced with two choices, and you are more leaning towards the other one, even if you've seen the pros and cons, and as a person you've sat down, but you're still like, but let me try it. Dreams are messages, and they are there to direct you, so you take them seriously. Burning can also mean for a spiritually gifted person, or dreaming of fire and being around the fire that is giving you too much heat. Not literally you are burning, shwacha, no, but just having the feeling of the fire is overwhelming to you, the heat. Ke nako ya hore o tsamaye le ba o tsamaisang. The fire is calling you near. The fire is drawing you near. When we talked about candles, I spoke about the fire element a little bit. To say, when we talk about fire, we are inviting our ancestors to come close. And our ancestors always knew that when it's time to meet, when it's time to discuss big business, when it's time to make big decisions, they would sit around a fire, they would discuss things, and they would talk about things. So the minute you are around fire, it's showing you they are there and they want you to see them now. Now they want you to listen to them, they want you to see them, they want you to understand them. And you need to consider a lot of things that are happening around you, a lot of things that have been in your life, scenarios that are repeating themselves. You might have that one dream that you keep dreaming of, or the one dream that you always remember. When someone asks you, do you dream? Yes. What do you dream about? That is the first dream that comes to you. It's a message. You need to take care of it. You need to attend to that message. If you are burning, who are you associating yourself with? Who are the people that you're around? Because remember, fire, unless it is a field that is burning, you're paralyzed, you're sitting there, you can't do nothing. But fire never comes to you. You go to fire to get burnt. So when you get out of the house, or when you get out of your space, where are you going? I'm Noma. People know me as an introvert, and all of a sudden now I'm all over the space. Every single night you meet me at every club with every DJ, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just that you also need to, okay, I'll attend to that, Charlotte, now. You also need to sort of like understand the kind of people that you are working with. Understand the kind of spirits that you are working with. What do they like? What do they not like? Be yourself. Don't try to fit in. Sometimes we try too much to fit in. And in dreams, that is when we are being... Our subconscious mind is saying to the conscious mind, live your truth. Live your truth and let it be true to you. Do not look at what another person is saying. If it is comfortable with you and it is not hurting any other person, live your truth. So fire, if you are being burned, it's mostly to say you are the one who's exposing yourself to this world, or you are the one who's exposing yourself to all these things that are just not working out in your life. Be careful of the decisions that you make. Be careful of the choices that you make. Be careful of the people that you surround yourself with. Charlotte has a question. Please, can you tell me which candles to use if you dream of mermaids? Water is always associated with a blue candle. So you can use your blue candle to sort of like draw your water spirits around you. Blue being, with dark blue, it is very, I'll say, more to the sky. You can use your light blue because we've got different shades of blue, but white, it's always a color that you can use to sort of like accommodate everybody, because as much as you are having your mermaids, your water people can be very vast. So if you move to the one side more, it might make the others feel neglected. But blue is always a color to use when you are trying to connect with your water people. And please explain if you dream of healing people, but when you're healing, you're not stepping on the ground but always in the air. All right, Charlotte, please guys, if you do have other dreams or questions, you can also sort of like ask, because like I said, today I'm doing common dreams. So common dreams are common. Whatever that you are dreaming of, or whatever that you commonly have a problem with, you can also just ask and I'll try to tap in and see. So if you are healing people, you are dreaming of mermaids, you are flying in the air, you are a gifted person, and your gift is more in the healing, like I was saying earlier with the dreams of flying or being off the ground and being in the air. We talk about prophetic energies. Istunya baprofeta, those who use more your water, your candle, your bath salts, the ones that are mostly using their hands to heal, that is in prayer. You are not so much into ubungoma, where we need herbs and we need the daula. You're gonna have your beads, everything that is coming. Your hands are the healing source. You've got guardians or angels that walk with you and that come with those energies of healing. And because basically in this case I will answer your particular scenario, having dreams with water people, mermaids, being around water, seeing the shiny money. Your healing might also be involving water, where you are going to be working with water, where you'll be healing people through the water energies. You will need maybe to take people to the waters to cleanse them. You will need to give people water that you have prayed for them to heal. But it is the healer in you showing you how you are going to work when you heal others, and also how you can start working to heal others. We always wait to formalize spiritual things, and some of the things I'll say they don't really need to be formalized. You are gifted, it is there. In Sesotho, those are the people who know medicine. They know medicine and they are able to treat people with medicine, but they did not undergo any kind of initiation, and they've got the gift. They are born with it. It just grows in them and they start using it. So sometimes we hold ourselves because you are still waiting for something to be formalized. When your guides are there, they've been guiding you. Yes, there will be a stage where they can say to you, you need to take it a level higher. We see you've done what we've asked of you to do. But when that stage comes, they will direct you to a person where you can start initiating, or where you can start being guided. And if you are given the gift of healing, especially with your hands or in prophetic ways, for me personally, with my own experience, it was always people coming, some of them just asking water from me. Sometimes someone will say, I've got a headache, and something in me will just say, pray for the water and give this person to drink. A person will be having problems with nightmares, and I'll be giving advice on, before you sleep, you need to light this candle, and maybe if you pray, these are the words that you need to say in your prayer. So we all have different gifts and they all manifest in different ways. As you grow in your gift and as you connect more, as you become grateful for what they're giving you at that moment, then they start unfolding the gift. But dreaming of healing people in the air, you do have a gift, and it can be of Istunya, your prophetic spirits. Kamako Viwe, Gogo, what does it mean when I mostly see myself singing in church, leading songs in dreams? If you were, do you have a voice, a golden voice? Do you sing? It might mean you need to also, our healing gifts are different, guys. I grew up in an apostolic church where we beat the drum and we sort of like do the circle around each other. There are people who are gifted in beating the drum. When that person has the drum in their hands, somehow they do things to it that you don't even understand. How is this person doing this? Thank you, Charlotte. So viewer, if you've got a voice, it might be that your voice is so healing, and they want you to understand the gift that you are having, that you are holding, that when you sing, you do not just sing because it's the sake of singing. Your voice heals people. Your voice touches places that cannot be touched by mere speech or by mere word. When you sing a song, it goes into valleys that, you know, when you've had a song for all your life, you've heard this song. We were singing it at a parade at school. You hear it on the radio. There are people who have recorded many versions of the song, but you are somewhere, and this, I sing on top of my voice in church. Okay, so you know what? Take that. Maybe they're trying to show you, stop being in the background. You've got a healing voice. That is where your healing is. We talk about worshippers. Maybe you are one of those people who's gonna stand up and sing a song, and somebody's not even gonna come in front for the healing session when it's time for them to be prayed for, because they've received their healing already. We are all gifted in different ways, and it is for us to identify the gift, to live our purpose. That is what we mean when we say, what is your gift? What is your purpose? What did you come holding? For me, I'm not a singer who can go into studio and record, but I know there are certain times when a song sits on me, and when I sing it, it touches people in ways that I also do not understand, because I don't really consider myself to have a golden voice. In primary school, I didn't even make it to the choir, because when I'm between soprano and alto, I end up having my I don't know what voice I can call it, but it's soprano alto voice in one. And when I'm with the bass, I am more into the tenor side. So I don't really have a voice. I can't say I sing soprano, I can't say I sing alto, I sing whatever. But there are times when a song sits, and when I sing it, people will be like, yo, you can sing. I'm like, okay, thank you. But if you are singing on top of your voice and you keep dreaming of yourself being there, that might be a purpose, that might be the type of journey that you need to take. Consider that. Work on your voice, work on your singing. Maybe, understand what a song means, because when it comes to song, that is the most important thing. When it comes to song is all about the lyrics, especially in spirituality. You don't just sing because of the rhythm. Yes, rhythm is important. Rhythm is there, and it's important, and it's helping us, but understanding the lyrics gives a deeper meaning to the song. And even in your dreams, maybe sometimes, if you can, remember the songs that you were singing, remember the lyrics that you were singing, and go and look deeper into the song and see what it means, because it can be a message also directed to you in a song. That's what you love doing, that's what you enjoy doing, that's where you feel comfortable, that's your comfortable space in spirit. So when they communicate, they will also communicate in a way that will make you comfortable. So yes, if you dream of singing, just look into that also. And then let me try to think of other common dreams. Okay, people will tell you that I dream of different cloths, different color cloths, but plain cloths, your red, your yellow, your green. That also can be an indication that you are spiritually gifted, especially in terms of istunya, prophets, church calling, sort of. They use the plain cloths. Yellow mostly being the entry point for istunya, but it does not mean it is limited to. You can have an entry point with your green cloth. You can have depending what kind of spirits you work with, but yellow is associated with Istunya, especially associating it with Babu Hlali Babu Chabela, the wise men, and their star that was directing them to go to where the king was born, or where the child was born. So yes, you have your, so as a viewer, yes, please take advice, and maybe one day soon when I take, but probably that one I'll do on Instagram. I don't know if here you can do on Facebook. I'll learn, but I think you can. When I take requests, maybe you can come on and share a verse with us. I'm now very, very eager to hear your voice. I want to hear you sing now. Yeah, so yeah, please do sing, and more so understand the songs that you're singing, understand the lyrics, learn to teach yourself the lyrics of the song. Okay, now I've lost myself. Yeah. Okay, so what was I saying? I've even forgotten what I said. I'm just like, viewer, I don't know, something is just coming, like, you know, you're telling me you can sing on top of your voice in church. It's sort of like, now you've taken me to the place, and I don't know why you're not in the church choir, viewer. If you can just tell me why you're not in the church choir. If are you in the church choir? Are you just singing back voice, like backing voices? Are you not taking the lead? You've just taken me to a place where, yeah, I'm seeing you with a mic doing things, but yeah, please, please, please do consider the gift. Do consider the gift and do work with it. Do work with your gift. All right, guys. Okay, so let me, maybe that one, I just needed to cut that, because somehow I've just, viewers stole me, and that's not right. That's not right at all. Okay, let's talk about another common dream that you guys would like to discuss. Like I said, you guys, I don't know if it is also because of the day that I had, and even now, just as I came online, I was literally 5 minutes out of Indumba with my last client, and it was a long conversation, but a very fruitful conversation. So maybe my mind is also still stuck with all the beautiful things that we were discovering about the journey that the person has to take. I'm in church choir, but it took me a long time to do so. All right, that's good, that's good. So keep it that, be in your church choir, sing, and don't be afraid when you are given your first solo, ne? So that's I'm the one who's late, so I'm sure you were here on time and I was late, but the class is here. If you've got any dreams that you want to share, and for us to sort of, or maybe a common dream that you know, that you would like to have an explanation of, please be enough to share, so we can discuss and we can all learn from all those dreams and see how we unpack them tonight. I was just telling everybody that as I came online, I was just out of the space of Abantu Abadala. It was a very blessed day, a very productive day. A lot of things were said, a lot of things were shared, and I also gained a lot of knowledge and wisdom. So yeah, as much as my head is over, I'm probably gonna have one of those nights where I get and I just sleep, and I also my water, just spend time with them, and feeling refreshed. But it was a very spiritually fulfilling day for me. So yes. So yeah, talking common dream, and then let me see the other common dream. We were talking about cloths. So yes, with cloths it will be different. My drain just did a U-turn. So with cloths, it can be different cloths meaning different things, and maybe we'll talk more about the cloths when we do the Tunya spirit, and we dig deep into the prophetic spirits and see how the different cloths can mean different things. I also don't want to to put too much and disturb Amadlozi to teach you, because I can say a red cloth is this, and they come as your people. Remember in like I always say, guys, it's never limited to. It's my experience as Gogo Noma that with my yellow cloth, it was tunya, and it was the beginning of my journey to give me the light, the yellow being sun. But with you, you can start with the red because you are working with warriors, and they want to tell you that yeah, as much as we are going to heal, but we are going to heal in a way of fighting things that others cannot deal with. Maybe there are people who are going to come to you who will say, yo, I've been everywhere with this disease. People have said to me, I've got this problem, but they cannot help me. I've tried to go to this person, I've tried to go to that person, they've tried to do this for me, they've tried to do that for me. I think you are the first person that I'm coming to that is actually hitting it nail on, right on the head, to say this is what is wrong and this is how we're going to deal with it. So each cloth sort of also gives you an understanding of the kind of spirit guides that you're going to work with. And once you have an understanding of the kind of spirit guides that you walk with, the kind of people that are guiding you, you will also understand the kind that will come, or the kinds of people that will come to you. I've got very particular spirit guides. I don't see any, even if I want to you, but there are certain things that are going to happen. We get an appointment, and then my network does not work. Then when my network works, you are not available. And so a lot of things can happen when they are trying to tell me, oh, this is not the person for you. Do refer them to someone else, or do guide them on how can you partner to ask them to lead you to the right spiritual guide or the right spiritual person. Remember, when you come for spiritual consultation, it is exactly that, a spiritual consultation. My spirit guides should be able to cater for what your spirit guides are requiring. If your guides see that mine are not going to be able to cater for what they are looking for, then they will not sort of like build a relationship, if I can say that. They will not be compatible, and we should not force relationships. I always say, for me, I do not force spiritual relationships. And you need to understand, sometimes Gogo Noma is in your life for a season. She can walk with you for a season, be your spiritual guide for 2 months, 3 months down the line, because she's supposed to help you know how to partner, how to communicate with your ancestors, how to understand your dreams. And as soon as that process of partner, you communicate with them, is done, they now direct you to somebody else. And because Gogo Noma has been so nice to you, and you want to stay loyal to me, we are both afraid, or you are afraid of telling me, actually directed to oh God, this is the house number that they give me, I need to go and look for this person. So guys, when it comes to spirit, always understand it's about spirit and what is requiring, and where you are guided is where you will go. In church we sing, where you lead I will follow. So when they lead you, you need to follow that. And if you are really with a person who is spiritually matured, I'll say, if the spiritual guide you're with is spiritually matured, they will understand, because they will know in spirit we don't do because we want to. In spirit we are guided, and it can be a guidance for a certain time until we reach a stage where they give you a full guidance of where you want to go. Same as if I'm your healer for 10 years, 20 years, and I tell you you've got a spiritual gift. When they come to me, your ancestors direct you to go to someone else. That is where they want to go. Just because I'm your healer does not mean we need to sort of understand those kind of spirit. And then when we dream of common dream again, I'm already tapping into some of the things that we'll be talking about tomorrow. But a common dream, dreaming of being at school. People will tell you, I had a dream I was back at school wearing my uniform, as old as I am, even a child, I was still myself, but I was back at Gogo. I was writing an exam, I was preparing to go to school, and I was wearing my uniform, and I was working with children, or I was working with a younger child, walking to school, same class as this child. Going to initiation, we say in English, lefehlo ke initiation school. That is saying you have to go to school, you have to go back to school, but this is a different school. It's a school of life. It's a school of life. You're going to learn new things and uniform. Ephelweni, we wear uniform because it will be your red skirt and your white shirt. So yeah, ephelweni, we wear uniform. They're just trying to bring you closer. You're writing an exam or a test. That's exactly what happens. You are being put in a situation where you're going to discover new things, and mauktiwa ngwanu rele bunyanga, and we take you home, is because you have completed the process. And the process be ukuthi you now understand how to use inhlolo, wahlahloba, you know how to use umuti, you've learned new things that you didn't know at this school that you are at. Ooh, no Zuko, you've made a long message. Let me see if I can. Okay. Whoa. Here comes the story. Okay, is it? All right, Nizuko. Early this week, I dreamt that my partner and I had a 1-year-old son. I went back home with the son because my aunt had umcimbi. I left her with the child. When I came back, I saw that she wanted to make my baby drink some muti from a teaspoon. My son slapped the teaspoon and the muti sort of like a kalana. She slapped my son so hard. He cried so hard, I took him and left Mqimbi. We do not have kids. Okay. Togoza. All right. So, firstly, a child is your spirit. I'll say your spirit. We always talk about umtanetlozi, mwanabadimu. We're not literally talking about you as the person that you are, but the child that needs to be nurtured. When you go ephelweni, we talk about the child in you being groomed to be a spirit that can work and a spirit that understands itself. Seeing this child being fed something that they were sort of like by color, it could mean be careful. I keep saying it, and I think since I've started with the dream streams, I've been saying it, guys. Be careful who you share your dreams with. Dreams are messages from God and your ancestors. So be very careful of who you share your dreams with, because you can just think it's a simple dream. An ant was just walking up my feet. But it could mean something very big in spirituality. So be careful. The child, you can see your child is still very small, so they still need nurturing and they need you to protect them. Again, it can be because you are seeing a relevant person in the picture. You are the one who's taking this child with your partner to this mcimbi at auntie's place, and they are then getting this concoction that they are being given there. It's another way also of spirit saying to you, be careful of the places that you go to, the people that you hang around with, the people that you share your spiritual things with, dreams being one of them. And again, you yourself, be careful of the things that you eat, the things that you consume. There might be a certain thing that you are having in your diet that you've been eating, and it has started to not be your favorite thing. We need to listen to our bodies sometimes, because spirit has a certain way of communicating with us. But mine is to say, be careful about your spiritual well-being and your spiritual cycle, your spirit, like the people that you have in your spiritual cycle. How much do you share? How open are you? How vulnerable do you allow yourself to be when it comes to your spirit? Because that, as you see, your spirit is still a child. It still needs to be protected. As much as I am ugogo and I can count years of how long I've been in the practice as umungoma, as isangoma, practicing healing people, but it will remain a child. It will remain in the space of me protecting it. If I do not protect my gift, then I can still be exposed, and it can still be exposed to things that will come back to me. This and this and that. So just be careful. Try to take time out. Look at your spiritual cycle. Look at how you communicate about things in your spiritual I'll say encounters. If you have a dream, who do you share your dream with? If something happened, you had a dream and something is happening, how excited do you get to tell the next person that actually I had a dream about it? We know the story of Joseph in the Bible. I always say my background is a Christian background, and even to today I still have a Bible in my ndumba. I still use the Bible because ngihamba nesithunywa who works with water and the Bible. So the dreams that you share, and when they happen, ditoro tsa bana ba badimo can cause them to have enemies. Your dreams can be the cause of your enemies, and to you they can just be dreams. I dream. For you they can even be irritating, but for some people it can be a matter of why her, why you. So yes, be careful of. Firstly, I'll say look at your spiritual cycle. Who do you share your spiritual things with? How much, or sometimes it's not even who do you share your spiritual things with. How much do you share of your spiritual things? And thirdly, also yourself. Look at your diet. What are you eating? What are you feeding yourself? What are you feeding your spiritual child? As umungo, as you know, a sangoma ongaka, I've got my istunya things, my spiritual people who pray, who work with water, who do not really take well to alcohol. And then I've got these other ones who are just crazy and who want alcohol any other day. So you always have to strive for a balance between. I personally, I'm not a person of alcohol. I always have my bottle of water with me, whether it's in my car, whether I love water. I don't know, it does things to me. If even now, as much as I'm tired, should I drink this bottle of water, I'll probably sleep after 12, because now I just feel refreshed, I feel renewed, and I feel energized. So always be careful when it comes to diet. We tend to eat a lot of things that do not sit well with the spiritual being or our spiritual guide, and we ignore it. And when you dream of something like this and you tell it to me, remember now, as I am saying, I'm giving you all these other options because I don't have we're not on a platform where I can ask a question and you answer back and forth, because in dreams there are certain things that I need to ask you. Also to say, as you saw this in your dream, how did you feel? Did you want to save the child? Did you feel obliged to step in and save the baby? Did you also feel that your aunt was doing something wrong in the dream? You know, this person who's giving the muti, was it a wrong muti? Because that in itself can tell you if you are the person who you are seeing in your dream. That's why I'm saying look at your diet. I think when we talked about the snake dreams, I also said it. To say, if you see your loved one bit snake in a dream and it does not do anything to you as a person, you don't feel that you want to save them, you don't feel that they need rescuing, or they're not in a safe space, then it might mean that you are the one who's going to hurt them. You are the one who's actually taking the image of the snake in the dream. In reality, you might be doing something that's hurting them, or you might be in a space where you are about to hurt the person. So you need to just take the warning and see. So yes, I hope that that will help. But please, yes, do check your diet, check your spiritual cycle, check how much you share of your spiritual things, and check what you are feeding your spiritual child. We talked about music. Sometimes we need that. Music is therapeutic to spirit. For me, every morning when I wake up, I've got a morning glory playlist. those who have seen, maybe they've seen it on the group somewhere, like on the Facebook page. Every morning when I wake up, my first song in the morning is Ikawe by Java. It sort of like encourages me. You know, go back to bed. You're not ready for the day. So if you don't see a conqueror when you look in the mirror, you're not ready to get up. Just go back. And then the next song will be Baba Wetu Wasemazulwini by Benjamin Dube. I love the way he sings the song. And then the others will come, you know, Imoto and but I have those songs that speak to me in the morning that are sort of like my switch. I know even if I wake up and I was not up to the day, just by listening to those songs, the message in the song reminds me that this is a blessing in itself. Me waking up, it's a blessing. Somebody had a plan to wake up. They had a meeting that was booked. They had whatever, and they could not make it because we are not woken by the alarm. The alarm goes off. The shaking to say wake up, it comes from God. It's grace that we are still here. So when I've been given the 24 hours or the 13 hours, the 14 hours, whatever time that you wake up, you know, it depends on what time you wake up to say how many hours you have in a day. But the fact that I've been woken up, God said go and lilo mutsitsinya so that she can get another chance for the day. That for me is a blessing in itself. So I always try to pick my spirit up and to make sure that I enter the day with gratitude and thanksgiving, and I invite with intention, and I make sure that the investment is used wisely. I don't just waste my 12 hours. Yeah. So yes, I hope that I have helped there. For further and in-depth, always Gogo talking for the other Gogos. Find a spiritual guide and get a consultation, because sometimes in consultation also the messages come through, and that's when you start understanding your dreams. As Ugogo Aklola and she's saying 1, 2, 3, you're like, oh, as you say that, I remember I had a dream about 1, 2, 3, and this so much relates to that dream. Because it was when you consult, they don't even wait for you to tell us your dream. They tell us things that they want. They give us messages that they've been trying to push forward to you, and as those messages come through, then you also resonate, and you also now come to realize that actually the other dream, this is what it was saying to moi, and it becomes easy. I am trying to think of maybe one last dream before I say good night that can be common, that people come with. Okay, the dream of eating, since we are there with the dream that Nozuko just told us. Dreaming of eating is not good. You are not in your conscious mind. You are at your weakest, I'll say, when you are in dreams. So whatever that happens, it's the subconscious mind. You can even, you know, when you dream of eating raw meat, you dream of eating snakes or even food, especially in dijosakahari, you know, your livers, your intestines, all those kind of foods. So eating in your dreams, it's not good. For me, once you've had that dream, I don't even want to try and explain to you. Go find someone who can help you. Do the correct treatment, uphalaze, just a whole treatment, and get a consultation, because then also we need to dig deeper into the dream of the thing that you've eaten. What kind of hold does it have on you? What was the whole purpose of you being fed something in your dream? I've had, and this is Glossy teaching you also. Epelweni always taught umuntu with gliso, you know, you're gonna palaza the person, umetsetse pizza, sort of like to take out this thing that they have eaten. But Of late, I have also learned from Spirit that there are certain mbizas or certain isgliso, let me say that, certain isglisos that you will only ask a person to palasa, and the treatment, and again guys, as in using doing I cannot just give, you know, my ancestors wisdom out, but there are certain isglisos that you cannot give the common medicine with imbiza that they need to eat. So I cannot just say hambo yofunizi for zonke and drink that, because now even dark energies are growing, they are developing. They know when kutiwa is gliso, this is what your nyanga is going to use. So you find the very same thing that I'm trying to give you to heal you will be the same thing that is actually helping the thing that you've been given to grow, and it's gonna nurture it, and it's gonna make it just be a bigger thing and a problem in your life. With Isgliso, always consult if you're having those kind of dreams. Do not just go there and expect to say, I've dreamt of eating and this is the treatment that you're gonna get. Be prepared to say, I've dreamt that I was eating at night. Can we please check what was I eating? Why was I eating it? Was it something directed to me? Is somebody, after me? What and why am I being given things to eat? Is it a love potion? Is someone seeing the gift that I have? There's many different types of isgliso for different reasons. So you need to know why you are being given isgliso and what are the people trying to achieve. Then you can get proper help. So most of the things in Spirit, we must just not say, I heard Gogo Noma saying on her video or in her lesson. They are deeper than that, guys. And whatever we say is common might be in an uncommon way to you. So you might be dreaming of going to school, and we commonly know going to school and writing exams as someone being spiritually gifted. You need to go epichrani. That is the common understanding of the dream. But for you in particular, it might mean you are going to a school of life. They need you to be able to move from your comfortable space. You are writing an exam because you need to go to the next level, or you dream of yourself just receiving results. You've passed, you need to move out of grade 5 to grade 6, and this can be an indication that you are getting a promotion at work. A few months or a few weeks after the dream, you get your promotion. So we always need to know, I cannot just take one dream and say, this is final. Hey, you've got moya or manabadimu. No. It has to be a series of messages that are talking to each other. It cannot just be one message and we take it. You call me tomorrow and say, Gogo Kolorile, I was kneeling down and already I'm saying to you, yes, please come. You've just seen me now. You are seeing me now almost every day of the week with the teachings that I'm doing. So I am a common face, or I am a common, I say spiritual person in your life. I cannot conclude that with that dream, that is exactly what it means. We need to have a series of dreams. And if really you are going to have that sort of healing from me, being it you going through initiation, it will need to be deeper than that. There are certain things for me personally that I know Dlozi will have to give to you for me to say, yes, I cannot run away from you. Ngempela wena, you are mine. My Dlozi and your Dlozi, they need to walk this road together, and we need to grow together, because we all are called for different things. And that's why I always tell people when they come, you've got a spiritual gift, and we walk this journey. For me, because of the educator in me, guys, I share information. I don't hide information. There are certain lines that we do not cross, because things are not, it's not about keeping things a secret, but it's about respecting the sacredness of spirituality, or the sacredness of the journey, so that I don't give you too much to even jeopardize the beauty of the journey, because it's so beautiful. It is a beautiful experience to dream of these things, and 2 months down the line you see them happening. That is validation. even for you as you finish your journey to say, I'm not crazy, I'm gifted. And you are able to trust yourself and to believe in yourself and to be able to stand your ground even after. Because it's easy. You've got ukobela, you've got your other siblings, abantwana bedlozi who are with you. So it's easy to trust yourself. It's easy to believe in yourself. It's easy to do certain things. But the minute usekaya and you're alone and you have to do these things on your own, if you did not learn to trust idlozi lakho usepehlweni, it's very difficult. It's going to be a difficult journey. You're going to be one of the gogos who will close their ndumba and say it was aliko. They're not worth it. You need to start learning the trust relationship with your spirit guides while usepehlweni under the guidance of ukobela, so that when you are alone and you are at home and you don't have the physical support, because the spiritual support will always be there, but when you don't have the physical support of your other siblings epehlweni and you don't have the physical support of ukobela wako, you are able to trust the entourage that walks with you. So yes, trusting them, talking to them, and understanding how they speak to you is very important. If we do not have any other common dreams, I think tomorrow will be the day when we unpack a lot of things. Tomorrow we are talking the signs that might indicate that I have a spiritual calling or I'll be talking from your physical things, with the dreams. Maybe tomorrow with the dreams, I won't really stay there too much. I will be referring to the videos or the lessons that we've already made, to say if you want to know about water, watch the water dreams explained. Snakes, go there. I'll just touch bases on dreams. I'll actually start with dreams, and then we're going to talk about the physical manifestations, because once you start dreaming and idlozi is talking to you through dreams and you don't hear them, that's us. You need to be bent first on your skin. Your skin needs to have some sort of pain in order for us to hear what idlozi is saying. So that's another thing that we'll be talking about, the physical manifestations of the spirit world manifesting in the physique, where you even go to the doctors and nothing is wrong with you, but when everything is wrong with you. And then the other thing that we will be talking about is the mental implications of it. How do they come about mentally? What happens to you in your mental state? Yeah, so that will basically be everything. And again, how does it, the calling, how does it affect you with the people around you, your relationships, what mostly happens, and how can you understand the calling better even before you are starting with your journey, to make sure you mend your relationships and to make sure you stay in relationships that are worth staying for yourself, for your dlozi, for your guides, for the sake of the other person also. And we will take it from there and see what we're going to be dealing with, and again next week what we'll be talking about. I'm still passionate about the next week lessons. We will talk about the topic maybe on Sunday. I'll post, or Saturday, to say what we'll be engaging on next week. Thank you guys for coming online and being with me, as much as I was so very, very late. Thank you. And tomorrow I do hope I will see you at 7 o'clock. If I'm not here at 7 o'clock, please do understand that Ugogo is, Ugogo. I need to cater for the needs of those who are spiritually in dis-ease. And Indumba is like casualty. You don't have a clock time. You work when those who are spiritually at dis-ease are needing your help, and Idlozi is saying yes, open the door. I'm ready to give them, because abanye abantu, they come at this time. There's a certain thing that they need to acknowledge about this time. Abanye abantu, they come in the morning because there's a certain thing that Idlozi want them to acknowledge in the morning. Others, they call you in the middle of the night, or they come in the middle of the night because there's certain things that Idlozi wants you to learn about, those kind of things. So yebo, it's Gogo Noma, it's learning with Noma, changing our lives one lesson at a time. see you tomorrow 7 o'clock, talking about the signs that one might be having a spiritual calling. Thokozani, Thokozani. Thank you very much for joining me. Good night.